Very new to comedy, but he's very funny, and I think you're going to like him. Shane Doell.
I just thought I'd start off by saying I don't know if you'll actually think I'm funny, fairly offensive, but you will remember me. It's kind of like a suspicious mole, you know? Or a lump. Like, wow, that's not funny, but I'm going to remember you later. Anyone from Surrey here? My applause. So I want my hubcaps back. Actually, I was in Surrey the other day, and what I noticed in Surrey is here, what I like is there's always a Wendy's and a Tim Hortons together. And when I went to Surrey, it was actually a pawn shop and abortion clinic side by side. And I thought, wow, guys, innovative. And there was drive-through. It's like, wow, that's awesome. It's a continuous drive-through with 2 windows. It's great. I know, I got the same kind of laughs when I brought my game of Twister, the War Apps pickup. It was like, should we laugh? I don't know. It's, well, don't roll away, Timmy. Left foot ain't going to come up every time. Just be a team player. I know it's difficult. I love this city. I do get around. My work takes me everywhere, obviously. Surrey, Vancouver. But I was, about a month ago when it was really cold, I kind of had an epiphany, and I'm going to describe some of it. So I'm sitting in W on Robson, and I'm looking at the ice sculptures outside, or as I like to call them, homeless people, and in various poses of shame and despair. And I was like, wow, man, they really have it tough. Because I'm sitting in W, and I'm like, and they must really hate A&W, you know? And they must really hate it, because even the burgers have a family here. They've been accepted into the fold. It's sad. And that's awesome. I love that you clapped at that. You know? Because the one guy was really close to death. So I do have a little soft spot for the homeless. I read an article, I think it was a couple months ago in Maclean's magazine, and it said if you take all the homeless people in the world and you put them around the equator, about 2/3 will drown. And I was like, wow, that's sad. You got to learn how to swim too now. And yeah, I know it was good. Just think about it. I am obviously single, and it always happens around Christmas, you know. And that's a sad thing. It kind of hurts in a way, because I really don't like being part of someone's New Year's resolution. It's like, wow, I wish I could lose 260 pounds. I'll dump him. And self-pity. Yeah, I know the dating thing is tough. Obviously, I resort to the next best thing, the Roxy. If you can't pick up the Roxy, really, you have Tourette's or you shat yourself. I mean, I was gonna kick there's always a stagette party that comes in, and they congregate, come in like a rugby scrum, you know, and they find that table, they all hang out there for a bit, and then the ones they start peeling off, gonna go suck guys for free drinks, and they leave that one girl behind at that table. You know, her job, she's watching the purses all night. She's hideous. She looks like one of the prawns from District 9. You know, looks like she'd be wiping tables up at like Metchtown Food Court. Yeah, that's some low-hanging fruit there, even at the late hours of the evening. You know, like even monkeys are going, eh, not touching that. And that's who I go home with, because you know, that's all. Because I shat myself. And you know, and guys go, hey, what was that like last night? And I'm like, well, it was like fucking a box of cornflakes. So I just added milk, and it was all fine after that. See, it's going to be offensive. Just roll with it. It's fine. My buddy said, you know what, the best way to pick up chicks, though, is maybe walk around the seawall, around, you know, Stanley Park and that. And I'm like, hey, that's a good idea. So I go out there, and nothing, because there's guys out there with like 6-packs. And I'm like, well, you gotta go back to them and go, well, hey, well, you should bring a dog. You know, bring a dog. That'll work totally. So I bring a dog, and there's other guys running around with dogs, and I'm like, well, fuck, what? So I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to trump this. So I brought this a Down syndrome puppy with no arms, no legs, and I bungee cord him to a skateboard. I just pulled him around. I named him Slushy, the little cup underneath his mouth, because he was drooling lots. And well, that didn't work. So I'm like, I went to the boat launch. Trying to sink or swim, little figure. And but anyone enjoy Christmas? I love the holidays. I always love sitting at that table with a bunch of loser family members, as they think the same thing about me. You know, here's the black sheep. But what I like is there's always that all the food around, you know, and you got that one aunt that made like 300 pounds of fucking sweet potatoes. I was just passing all around and like, oh, you should eat Brussels sprouts, they're good for you. I'm like, well, you know, so is a tetanus shot. I don't see that next to the fucking carrots, right? Just leave me alone. And I'm going to go sit over there and play a game there with Michael J. Fox and maybe Jenga. Jenga's always a good game. Play with him. You always win. I say that because we go way back. Our families go way back. We always spend Christmas together. And we started playing like individual games because Pictionary took so fucking long, you know? It's like, wow, seriously. He loves those jokes, man. I wasn't before. Yeah. I thought he was going to Hawaii for Christmas this year, and so I bought him a hammock and a video camera because I wanted someone to fucking tape that. I want to see someone tape him trying to get into a hammock. I didn't have enough tape. It's like 3 hours. It's windy. It's horrible. I am such a prick. I love it. It's all good. That's what makes me warm inside. Other people's pain. Thanks. It's my own. I don't wear coats. Just right here and right here. And what else is going on? No, that's about it. I think. I offended. Let's see who I offended. Offended Michael J. Fox. It's my #1 priority in life. Ever since that lawn dart incident, and he hasn't come. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go for the next comic. And thanks for coming tonight.
Larry the Cable Guy. He's pretty handsome.